Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Cevo with Revo, also joined by Archaea. Tonight, it's going to be Wheel up against Leviathan. Archaea, how's it going, man?
Fantastic.
What is it?
Archaea.
Archaea. Wow, I said it right the first time. Wow. I apologize so much, man. Archaea. Archaea? Where did I even get that? There wasn't even a Broodmother ban or pick or anything.
Not yet.
Okay. Vodka, don't be afraid of Herky. Anyways, we've got Wheel going ahead and getting rid of Leviathan's Respect Hero. We all know the Jenkins Pudge. It's tried and true. He actually posted a guide on Reddit, I want to say yesterday?
I think so.
It was very detailed, though, and really useful as well. But, of course, that's going to be Respect banned out. They'll also ban out Wheel's Omni Knight, and me and Rupture casted the Battle of America, where Wheel kind of made their claim to fame, other than JDL Season 4. And the Omni Knight was a very popular pick from them, but they've had some time in the think tank. They're going to pull out the Vengeful Spirit Beastmaster, so physical damage strat, I guess.
I suppose. I mean, Beastmaster's not a hero you see a lot in this day and age. And you don't even see a banner or pick. I mean, he's a great hero. There's a lot you could do with him scouting-wise. And honestly, he can turn the team fight in your favor if you really need him to.
Yeah, I witnessed this firsthand today when I played Anti-Mage against Beastmaster, and the Beastmaster had Blink, Boots of Travels, Necronomicon, and with the Roar and the Necronomicon unit, it was long enough to stun me, burn all my mana away so I couldn't blink away, and then just kill me down from there.
Yeah, he can be vicious if he's played right. And I think Inner Beast might be what they're looking for. He can make a very strong laning stage and get Wheel the advance when they need it.
Yeah. It's a very strong push strat. It can enable you to pressure advantage very early. It's almost a free drum for your team, except it's a lot better.
Yeah, it definitely
Even at
is.
just level 1, it's better than drum. ROIs, not stats-wise, of course, but you're going to see the Axe ban out. They'll ban out the Dazzle in response, because generally you see Axe picked up, or you see Axe banned out, that's because they want to grab Dazzle. And Wheel are definitely a team that likes their heals. They've run Omni Knight a lot. If they're going to ban Axe, it's pretty apparent they're going to pick up a Dazzle. So maybe even a Necrolite pickup for them. The ball's in Leviathan's court at the moment. They've already got some big team fight heroes. Brewmaster and Lion now Doom a lot of control in team fights here.
Yeah. Although I think he's got the CC from the Doom ult, but I'm not sure if that's what they're looking for a big team fight idea. I mean, Brewmaster can definitely make a dent, but Beastmaster's kind of going unanswered at this point.
Yeah. They don't have a lot of counter push to deal with him. I mean, Earth Spike is technically some counter push to kind of clear a couple units, but it doesn't do that much damage. And I highly doubt they're going to run Lion Core, rush the Ags, you know.
Yeah.
Clear waves of creeps every 20 seconds.
I mean, if you need it.
I mean, if you have it, it's definitely a good thing to do, especially if most of the enemy team is dead. But Wheel not going to let up with the push. They'll pick up Clinks right now, a hero who dishes out tons of physical damage. And in fact, an attack speed buff on him, as well as Vengeful Spirit's physical damage, and then just the teamfight lockdown to be able to help him. It could get pretty ugly.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean,
he's squishy when he gets focused, but if you can keep him off him, which Vengeful and Beast are going to be able to do, he'll dish out some deeps.
Yeah, he will, and I think the armor debuff from Venge is going to make it just all that much harder. He's going to hit like a truck from the beginning.
Wait a second, how much HP does Beastmaster's boar have? 500? Okay, it's not that much, because I was about to say, could he just like have Beastmaster pop the boar and then Death Pact it?
Yeah.
I mean, he can in a team fight.
Oh, you might as well just go for that Centaur and play it safe.
Yeah. Still though, like, if in the right situation it could be good, because if the boar is going to, like, time out anyway, and it still has full health for some reason, devouring it is basically going to say there's no loss of creep there. We're still going to get gold from everything here.
Yeah. That actually is a funny Funny idea there. Doom sees an eagle. Whoop! Eats it right up. No scout for you.
Yeah. I don't think Doom gets the abilities, though.
No.
Doom eats the hawk. Passive permanent invisibility, but he can't move. Doom's like, don't worry, guys. I'm a human ward. They don't see me. They get a gem, and then the Metal Gear. Boing. What was that? Was that Doom? Nah, would Doom just be standing still in our jungle? Well, we haven't seen him in a while, guys.
He's been gone.
Next level strats right there. Anyways, Leviathan really coming down to the wire. And a pretty scary draft coming out from Wheel. Leviathan will pick up the Jakiro, though, so even more teamfight control. And getting caught in a rough spot here is going to be very scary. I'd also like to mention that you Doom Clinks, and he hasn't death pacted something.
Yeah,
he's probably dead.
I think it doesn't matter what health you get him at. If you can catch him with the Doom before death pack hits, that's big.
Yeah.
And Venge is almost like that. Maybe in the earlier stages, Doom could be a guaranteed kill on Venge if you can get just a little bit more damage to finish her off.
But the other thing is, though, losing Venge is not as big a deal, especially with the negative aura going over to Leviathan. And right now, it looks like Doom is going to be either off lane or safe lane, and that's a lot of your damage. And this is what I'm worried about for Leviathan. I think they're going to still pick up a safe lane carry because they just don't have a right-click damage dealer that's reliable at the moment. Doom can do it, but he doesn't do it nearly well enough to handle these three.
I also agree. They're going to be looking for somebody to really find their inner damage and dish it out.
Their damaged spirit animal, if you will. Anti-mage is my spirit animal.
My spirit animal.
Hashtag things nerds say.
Anti-fun. I don't know if that's something you want to be associated with. I don't talk to that guy.
I've been associated with it a little much. He's anti-fun for everyone else, your team and the enemy team, but he's so much fun for you. I mean, you're blinking all over the place. You don't give a crap what the other team does to you. You're just like, come at me, bro. Unless you're using magic, and then just, no. Go sit over there. You don't even belong here.
Get him.
To think, I called you bro, and you're a magic user? You need help. Anyways, Wheel definitely taking their time on this next pick. I was thinking we were seeing a pretty well-formulated pocket strat, but these are two teams that definitely know each other. Both being very high up in the qualifiers for other things. They're actually going to pick up the Queen of Pain, a hero who's been very, very important with American teams recently, especially Complexity. I think we saw them run them in DAC qualifier, right?
I believe so.
Which unfortunately, neither of these teams were a part of, and
I think that's just because of the Asian part. I mean, they're both pretty prominent.
I still like
NA right now.
I want to get my soapbox out for just a second here. I know you're an Asian tournament. Okay, I got it. But do you have to, like, completely snub the American qualifiers, throw Cloud9 in there and be like, yes, it's easy for Cloud9, they're Tier 1 team, these are Tier 2 teams, and then, like, say, oh, there's also no wildcard slot for America, but 2 for everywhere else. Like,
yeah.
What? But, hey, I'm not running the tourney, and of course, it's not like its name is international. Yeah. It's actually Asia qualifier, so I'm going to come up with the DAC2, the Dota America Championships.
The real DAC.
The America Championships. Grand prize is a sack full of bacon.
Just enough to have cholesterol issues.
Casted by George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. Holograms. Oh, but there's the damage coming from Leviathan now. Medusa, and definitely a hero who's going to do good against these heroes, because you look at Beastmaster and Clinks, and even Queen of Pain in the early mid-game, they're very mana-dependent heroes, and they don't really have a source of mana burn. Sure, Clinks can do it with Diffusal, but it's not really what he wants to build against a lineup where BKB is kind of
Yeah,
the norm.
If you go get that defusal, then you're gonna risk the Doom, and that's not something you want to deal with as a Clinks.
Or just the Lion lockdown. I feel like Lion is one of those heroes that just forces you to buy BKB, no matter who you are. But Enigma coming out for Wheel, it looks like it is going to be Offlane Beastmaster.
That's a scary strategy, though, later during the team fights. The Beastmaster followed by a Black
Oh my goodness. BKBs are going to be useless for Leviathan, practically. And you know what? This is perfect. I see their strategy now. They bait out the BKB buy with Queen of Pain, but then they say, oh, that's not going to protect you at all.
Yeah, and I mean, if she gets that Ags, oh well. The BKB,
well, she doesn't even need it. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I know. Just that extra bit of damage, just salt in the wound.
Yeah, and the cooldown. I think that's the big deal with it, is that you can use it every team fight. Now, the pure damage change is actually a bit of a nerf to it, because it no longer clears creep waves in one shot. Because creeps have no magic resistance, so pure damage and magic damage do exactly the same amount of, or do actually different amounts of damage to them in a bad way.
Yeah.
Because pure damage, if it's been lowered, is less damage. Who would have thought? Newsflash: lower damage, less damage.
I'm a little depressed. There's no early shenanigans going on. That's half the fun of Dota.
We're not even seeing anyone come toward the rim. We do have our ceremonial pause. I mean, I come from kind of a Brazilian Dota background, so I'm used to like, okay, draft's done. You guys go make some popcorn or something. We'll be back in 5 minutes for the game. Don't worry, you won't miss a thing.
Seems to be what it is most of the time.
Yeah.
I think this Medusa actually fits in the strategy perfect. I mean, it's like, fine, Wheel, you want to do that? We're going to bring this late, and you're going to suffer.
Yeah, they're on a clock now. I'm a little worried that Leviathan could fall into the trap of, we got our Medusa 6 slotted, we can't end the game, what do we do now? That we saw Na'Vi fall into Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
Sunday?
Their Divines on the ground. Couldn't figure out how to push this out, and it... Oof.
Was it Saturday?
Watch. I think so.
Yeah.
I was really hyped for the PR game.
Let me just say, it was fun to watch, but it wasn't fun to watch as a Na'Vi fan.
Yeah.
I wasn't cheering for Na'Vi there, but I can sympathize for sure, because it was like, okay, yes, they got a rapier. Wait, they lost it. Okay, but Alliance doesn't have a rapier carry. Okay, they got another. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Well, how about this? Oh, there it goes. Havos can't even find it. Okay, how about this one? And it was just, no, you're done, boys. Sorry. But did end up making it to China. Spoiler alert. Anyways.
Spoiler alert.
I'm SB Revolution 5, otherwise known as Revo. I'm joined by Archaea. There we go. And this is going to be Cevo. We've got Wheel up against Leviathan. On this side of Leviathan, we've got Nusham Dota on the Lion. Brewmaster, played by Shibby in the safe lane. Nonetheless, he'll be picking up an early bounty rune. Flying Zebra will be supporting him on the Jakiro. In the mid lane, we'll have Shredder on the Medusa. And in the off lane, Jenkins Dota. He's a bit sad he didn't get his Pudge, but at least he can bring sure doom to his enemies with the Bringer of Doom himself. If you'll take it away for Wheel.
Oh, Wheel. Derp derp on the Vengeful Spirit coming into the safe lane. Meanwhile, Klink's also going to follow it up with a Sleazel. I think that's pretty impressive in my opinion. A Klink's pick in this meta. That's pretty ballsy. Relic in the mid lane with the Queen of Pain somewhere near the jungle. We've got Fan of Soyan.
Fan of Soyan, otherwise known as, you might know of Miss Goody from Banner Spirit.
Alright.
Back in the day. By the way, thank you guys for the follows. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. In the safe lane, we got Toilera. Toilera?
I have no idea.
Pronunciations.
Tolera. And then, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Relic on the mid lane, Queen of Pain. He grabs some extra regen here against Medusa, which can be good, but I'm surprised it's not a little mana regen as well. I do want to talk about Klinks in this meta. He's really strong right now in pubs. He's been one of my go-to aggressive heroes, simply because the attack range buff to him was ridiculous, and also the capped attack speed. He does get a lot of bonus attack speed from Strafe, so having even more room to grow there is pretty big. We do see an engagement up top. Tolera or Tolera. See, but when you say Tolera, it sounds like cholera.
Death.
And then I can just see myself saying, oh, they've caught out Cholera on the mid lane. They're all dead.
Everyone.
Anyways, Relic should have a reasonably okay lane here early on, but it's definitely going to get harder as the game goes on. And now Enigma just playing around in the jungle, not getting too many last hits very early on here, only sitting on 5, going straight for that hard camp. But he will be working up that soul ring to sustain a bit as well.
I'm worried for the Beastmaster in this lane. He was having some issues getting phase, and it looks like he's going to have to go with a point in stats now. Not a point in stats. Just call him the wild.
No, he's got wild axes, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just holding on to it for a little bit. I mean, he doesn't exactly have the most mana in the world. Generally, you're going to want to get Soul Ring or Bottle if you can. Soul Ring will be fine here. The problem is, if he Soul Rings at the wrong time against this lineup, he could just straight up die.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to have in the off lane.
Not really. I mean, it is sort of considered, okay, you're in the hardest lane in the game, you're probably going to die. If you get a kill, it's almost an outright miracle. But Brew even has picked up an Orb of Venom here, just to say, you come near me, you're not going to be able to leave. I'm going to get so many hits off on you, it's not going to be funny. And,
oh, wow. Yeah, the Thunderclap can make for a deadly combination of Cholera is a little too far out.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up a point in Drunken Haze. However, he doesn't really have the mana to work with it. He may pick up mana boots, though. He already has 1,000 in the bank. 18 last hits right now. Clinks on the bottom does have 22, though. Sleazel playing it out very well, and he's going to be rushing the Orchid. I've been going with Soul Ring on Clinks, just so I can constantly use Death Pact. And so I can survive the lane.
Yeah, closer to 6.
Yeah, I've been rushing it right out because it does give good regen. But that's really the only other thing about it. It's like, well, what are you going to use it to? I can Soul Ring Invis, but in the fade time, I'm dead. But he does have a lot of regen.
They solve themselves.
Yeah, Jenkins has just said, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
Let's go jungle.
I mean, that's what you'd expect from something this aggressive, though.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to give up his life. With his 0 armor starting out, he does pick up a Stout Shield, but that won't help him too much if they're already dishing out ridiculous amounts of physical damage. I mean, you're adding on 50 extra damage with Searing Arrows, and then Vengeful Spirit armor reduction. Vengeance even just, I think, uses to scout out and say, hey, nobody's here, this is our tower, let's go to town, Sleazel.
Yeah. Actually, Lion looks like he's going to rotate bottom and me. Just throw out a couple Earth Spikes. Phase him back, but it's too late for that tower.
He's going for the tier 2 right now. And Lion is a very level-dependent support, in my opinion. Getting his ult up is quite a big deal. Also, just maxing mana drain eventually can do a lot of damage to the enemy team, especially up against this team we'll have with a very mana-dependent lineup. There was a TP out from the Vengeful Spirit here.
She's helping Enigma in the jungle.
Gotta give him a clarity, actually. Yeah. Because she doesn't have much use for it. Without a hero in lane, supports are standing around with regen like, okay, now what?
Yeah. What else can we do? Ooh, Doom got a hold of a bird there. Now he's just going to take this camp down.
Oh,
That's really going to help him get closer to that Doom and maybe be able to make an impact.
It looks like he's going Midas here. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's iffy, I think.
Your Medusa isn't doing anything, and, well, she is doing one thing, and that's getting ripped apart on the mid lane as nukes come out, mana's gone, and first blood going to be drawn by Derp Derp, who even killed the branch. Timbersaw would be proud. No mercy.
No morsels.
Oh,
you died.
I still got edge pan on,
that's
my
actually
bad.
pretty scary. Malefice combined with a little bit of a armor debuff.
Yeah. I mean, both are going through Magic Immunity. That's... Okay. Yep, every hero in this game on the side of Wheel has something that goes through Magic Immunity. Clinks with his Searing Arrows, Beastmaster's Roar, Vengeance Swap, Quap's ult, Enigma's ult, and his, not Malefice, Midnight
Pulse.
I was trying to do it without looking. It didn't go so well. I was close, though. I was thinking like 7 o'clock pulse.
7 o'clock. A casual evening pulse.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be big, though, especially if you just got Doom trying to wail on one person in a small area. You could drop that, and that's percentage.
Yeah.
And pure, so that just goes to town on those tanks.
You can build all the armor you want, and he won't care. Of course, Doom's got a whopping 1 right now, so he wouldn't care anyway, but still, it's going to go straight through your BKB. It's complete pure damage. What's not to love? The cooldown. But, yeah. And, I mean, we were hating on Jenkins a little bit going for the Midas. Him actually getting it at 7.5 minutes, even before boots, is pretty fast.
That's great recovery farm, knowing you can't get anything in this lane at all, so just dropping it, going to the jungle, and collecting what you can.
We all have about a 2k gold advantage, but the danger of this patch of Midas is that it gives you a net worth advantage, generally, without giving you anything to fight with. So you're giving away easy fights sometimes, and therefore your enemy team is getting more of that quote-unquote comeback gold when they weren't behind to begin with, you know?
Yeah. Well, this hand pickup plays into both team strategies as well, because that means Doom, that's, what, 2k he doesn't have to spend on anything else. That means it's going to give Will an advantage to push earlier, but it will allow Leviathan to come back later.
And hit their timing with Medusa, hopefully. Yeah. Should be going to blink to disengage from the Quap Dagger. Already with the blink up, though.
That's good farm.
That's really good farm. I mean, he was safe lane, but you look at the Medusa in return, and she's sitting on 34 last hits compared to Bruce, almost 50. But then you look at the real king, and Sleazel is down here sitting on an Oblivion Staff, almost 2 Oblivion Staffs at 9 minutes in.
That's going to be a quick Orchid. He's going to be able to be everywhere.
I mean, Bruce literally going to have to blink in and split. He won't have time to clap in the early game if Clinks has this Orchid, and even then, Clinks can just run away. You look at the lineup from Wheel, and they're hard to engage on. Beastmaster's naturally pretty fast. Vengeful Spirit has swapped to bail Enigma out. Possibly Enigma eventually is going to want to blink. He's sitting... Oh, okay. We gone greedy now. We got a Midas on Enigma.
Oh boy. This is not the right idea.
I casted Artesia Enigma the other night, and he didn't even go Midas. Like... I mean, Goody's a really good player, and I've interviewed the guy. He's a very intelligent player, too. He thinks about the game a lot. I wouldn't really put him quite in league with PPD, but almost up there. And I'm sure there's a reason behind this, but it doesn't seem right now.
Well, I mean, he got great farm for being in the jungle.
Yeah, but Enigma's always going to get great farm. It's kind of that thing I used to tell Darkseers. Back when Darkseer started picking up Midas in pubs, I'm like, yeah, you've got a Midas and that's cute and all, but we could have a mech right now and be taking team fights. And instead, you've got bonus gold. Cool.
I don't think this is going to fit in their idea of being able to push early. And the later this goes, the closer that Dusa gets to those 4 rapiers.
Yeah. On the bright side, though, they've got a Clinks with almost a Orchid and is done now. Yeah.
Maybe that's how they're looking at it, coming at a stronger team fight just a tad later and letting Clinks kind of build enough space for Enigma to pick up just a little bit more farm.
I mean, Clinks is a bit of a space creator. He does need to hit that kind of early game timing, whereas Invis is still useful. And the enemy supports haven't got like 3 smokes, 2 sentries, and 4 dusts sitting in their pocket, you know?
Oh, Clinks has the Orchid.
Yeah, he's got it. It's, he did go Brown Boots into Orchid, which is a little rough. He doesn't exactly have the stats to pump out tons of damage right now, but his mana regen is not an issue. He can pretty much leave Searing Arrows on if he wants, and farm like crazy.
Orchid alert. We've got an Orchid gonna be built on Relic. Uh-oh.
As well? That's fine.
Yeah, the staff's on the way. I think that's a lot of disable. They're worried about this Brew, and I think they're also going to be worried about either the Lion or the Doom.
I'd be more worried about Lion than Doom at this point. Like, if Doom dooms someone, okay, whatever. If Lion Earth Spikes everyone, we're in big trouble. There is a dust out on Sleazel, but he'll be able to walk away. Anyway, Shibby gonna wait out the silence and just split and go on Fan of Soyan, who's not even gonna take the brunt of it. It's gonna be Lion coming in with the finger and just a couple of right clicks to clean himself up a kill right now. Tornado out on Sleazel, but he doesn't have dust on him anymore. He's gonna be able to get away. There'll be a bounty rune for the Doom, and a split used, and blood was spilled because of it. Excuse me.
I think it's pretty impressive, though, surviving a split and a finger. And a Doom.
Yeah.
And walking away.
Well, Enigma took the finger.
Well, I think that's going to be better in the long run. He does have that...
that Midas, yes.
Yeah, so...
He can see the future.
Have an easy time.
Guys, I'm going to die at 12.5 minutes. Let me just build a Midas. We'll be fine.
Let's get some reliable gold up in here. Top towers... Ooh, they're going to fortify. I don't know if they're going to be able to actually defend it, though. Oh, I guess they will.
Medusa's coming up. She should be able to get the deny here. Croft's going to fight her for it. Snake coming out. Queen of Pain will still get the last hit there, and that's a lot of gold for her. Actually sitting only about 700 from the Orchid, I want to say. Don't do math while you're casting. Don't do math while you're casting. And Relic, oh, he comes in with the re-engage. The invisibility rune. He wants to jump Flying Zebra. Just waiting. He wants a bigger fish, though. He knows Medusa's back here, but she does have full mana. She does have that ultimate up. It's not going to be the easiest hero to bring down at this point. I think he could go for Nushim, but... Let's see, Relic, you going to make a move, buddy? Invis running out soon. Oh, he's waiting for his good friend Klinks here. They do go on Medusa right now. There'll be an Ice Path coming out. The Sonic Wave whiffed, though. Beastmaster Roar coming in. They will pick up Shredder. So, 2 ultis used. Only 1 connected, but still finding the big kill with it. Flying Zebra going to be going down to this as well. And this is the Sphere of Quap that is why she's so strong. The amount of burst damage she puts out is absolutely insane in the early game. If you can get active this early as Queen of Pain, you can really start to steamroll and really just pick the game apart. Jenkins does have his blink up, though, so he is ready to kind of counter-initiate there.
That's the fight they needed to take, and then get some momentum early. Maybe go for a tier 2 here in a few.
Yeah, they have taken down all the tiers 1s and kept them all up. And I think we can attribute a lot of that to the Klinks. He's got, I mean, 60 extra physical damage on top of the 106 he's already got. That's a pretty good amount of damage. I mean, Goody will get ripped apart here. And, oh, the hate on him as well. He knew they were coming in, saw the black hole coming, and he's just like, no. But it looks like Fan of Soyan will commit suicide, or assisted suicide, rather, thanks to the Idolats. And Sleazel, oh, dear.
Sleazel!
Yeah. Mess with the Doom, you get the horns indeed. And Jenkins, not too happy that they forced him out of lane. Gonna get his revenge right now. And catching up rather nicely as well. Net worth hitting its peak right now for Wheel at about 8k. And same with XP, but it's beginning to turn around. Leviathan taking a good fight. And keeping the game even at the moment. Let's take a quick look at net worth. Yeah, Doom is sitting top of the enemy net worth. Ahead of the Brew, who got some great lane farm, but hasn't made much item progression after his blink, to be honest.
It's a wonderful job by Doom, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Shibby finding Vengeful Spirit. Don't worry, guys, I got a ward down, except there's a sentry too, so never mind. And Beastmaster going with the Necro build. This is, I mean, it's such a strong build for Beastmaster. You already get a free drum plus from your Inner Beast. Why not get another one from a melee Necrobook Warrior and throw on some True Sight, you know? You already have Map Hack with a bird.
I don't know. I think Wheel needs to get some momentum here pretty quick, especially after that fight.
The idea is that the Necronomicon's going to be their momentum. They'll be able to push towers using it. They'll be able to keep tabs on invisible heroes using it. And burn mana, which against Brewmaster and Doom can be pretty devastating. They're going to go after Roche right now. Despite the fact that they just got dewarded, they've got to make a big play here. And they do have Beastmaster Hawk ready to scout out the enemy. Jenkins looking for a blink in there.
Yeah, this will be a Doom.
Oh, but
not a Doom of Roche. Excuse me.
I was about to say, like, they can't even interrupt it now. They did it so fast with the armor reduction, the physical damage, and the aura from Beastmaster. Queen of Pain with the immortality, and Sleazel, oh, he is going to get away there. Jenkins blinks towards him. Didn't have any detection, though. It's a good thing that sentry was a little farther back, yeah. Because if I recall, Klinks was, like, right over there.
Yeah, it was close.
I kind of hate that this is a best of 1, to be honest. I'd love to see these teams in, like, a best of 5 or 7. Okay, maybe not 7, but...
A way to answer to this, Klinks. Although he hasn't... I don't think he's been making enough of an impact at this point.
Well, Medusa's preparing her argument, I believe, but she's not quite ready. Needs a little more evidence. Okay, he's going for BKB, it looks like, and that's definitely the kind of thing he needs to go for. Relic did silence out Shibby up top, but not going to have too much come out of it. Shibby going for a Vlad's here. It will give his team an armor aura, but I don't know. I feel like this is something Doom could be picking up.
I don't know. I guess it just depends on... Maybe they want the Doom to come online just a bit earlier. Maybe take a position ahead of the Brewmaster. Because Brew... I mean, he can use some items and he can get beefy, but the split is really good on its own anyway.
Yeah, the split is very good indeed, and I'm kind of surprised he's not going for the Aghanim Scepter, which Doom is going for. Massive TP's out. Evacuate the top lane, boys, because they know Wheel is looking for blood, and this can be a problem with Queen of Pain. You get some early kills, that's cute and all, but if you can't keep getting kills, you fall off so quick. She's going to be going for, I can only really assume BKB. I don't see much of a reason to rush a Deso here, unless they want to hit some kind of weird, we want to take your towers now timing. Oh, Level Death going to take Tolera down in the mid lane. Necro 2 was picked up though, so he did get to buy out at least.
They better take Tump in response. I mean...
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll go for it.
They're going to have no problem going for it except for the Glyph. They're going to lose a tier 2 possibly. There was a TP back from Enigma though. He'll be able to get some Eidolons up and go ahead and get rid of a creep by Midas. Okay, I found out the Enigma's pocket strat. It's the clear a creep wave, the sneaky way strat. They death packed one with Klinks. They turn one into Eidolons. They Midas another, and then they just kill the fourth one. I mean, think about it. That's 3 creeps in like a second and a half. Next level strats.
Except I see it. That is next level.
I'm trying to find things to analyze here, but it's just that, yeah, it's, okay, we'll let you farm, you'll let us farm, we'll push a little. Hey, that's not okay, don't do that, okay, we'll back off. Let's go back to farming. I mean, that's basically it. Queen of Pain ruling the net worth board, and she's 70, 60 something from her BKB. She's got it. And Vengeful Spirit warding up the map. We do see a lot of wards put down by Leviathan, though. I'm just going to take a look at their Dire Team Vision here. And the only hero they saw on the map was Klinks for a brief moment there, but he did just go invis. And has disappeared. He's looking to sneak around on someone. The rest of the team is here. They'll silence up line. Brew will come in, but he'll get the split off before Phantom Storyline can find a space to Black Hole. He'll also be stuck facing Medusa. He gets turned to stone there, and Sleazel dropping fast. He will go down. Jenkins on a killing spree now. They do manage to trade for 2 supports, but they lose a core to do it. Derp Derp throwing down a stun and a ward, but not much else he can do before he's going to fall here. Queen of Pain in the air. Vengeful Spirit going down to Brewmaster, and now a double kill for Shibby. Relic standing alone against the enemy team, doesn't have that BKB just yet, and does have his Aegis. Doom doesn't have any lockdown to get him. He does manage to trade for the Brewmaster and may be able to actually turn around on Jenkins. He did manage to slow him right here. Does he have a silence available in 4 seconds? And there's just so much physical damage coming out from the Medusa with just the Yasha. Relic gonna manage to dodge most of the damage from Snake. Oh yeah, it has to bounce. I'm sorry. I was sitting here, I'm like, that should have killed him. But it shouldn't have. My mistake. But Medusa, off that fight, gets her Manta done. It's coming on the courier right now, and they will... Oh! Nice deny there by Fan of Surround. Not to mention the Midas use. It looks like an Atos for him.
Yeah,
Instead of Blink?
That before that whole fight broke out. That's what I was getting ready to say, but then Clinks had to go and get spotted.
My question is, like, okay, Medusa's not going for it right now, but she is a natural Linken's builder. In the late game, Linken's could be invaluable, especially since it'll actually block Beastmaster Roar.
Maybe they'll use that to pop it.
That's a good point, yeah.
I don't know what the... I don't see a lot of Rod of Atos, so give me a second. Let me look at it a little closer.
Just filter out all the AoE... Wait, it's... Are you kidding? It's a 10-second cooldown?
That would be the perfect item to get rid of the Lincolns in. I guess they're thinking ahead. Like, I can use this on her and then find someone else to...
Is it cheaper than Jules now?
Not
really, but it does give health, so... Yeah, pay a little extra, get some health. Can save allies with it. Although you can't use it on them still, but you wouldn't really need to. Nice usage of Skeleton Walk there by Clinks. Seeing as they don't have a Sentry, I'm assuming he used it right as he got doomed, and he'll actually be okay, especially with the mech coming through. Yeah, he'll be alright. And there's his health refill, you know. BKB up on him as well. He's fallen off in farm, though. He's got the fast Orchid, and then kind of, yeah. Oh, that hurt. There's the Atos. Used on Doom, and Jenkins is just like, okay, I'm blinking out of here. That is the problem with it, is that he can just... Oh, you Atos me? Bye.
Yeah, it doesn't interrupt Blink.
Oh!
That'd be big. Oh, Medusa.
They just wiped out her illusions, and she's got no mana! Oh my goodness, that's such a big kill for them. There's no buyback on Medusa. There's nothing to defend against this push. At 23 minutes, they might look at taking a Rax, and this could be the opening of a can of worms that Leviathan does not want to get into. They'll swap back Jenkins, silence him up, and take him down quickly. Relic coming in with the BKB. There is a split from Brew, but all the Broodlings caught in a black hole there. Lion will get the Hex off. A ulti comes out from Quap, and a Scream to finish him off. Nice movement around the Ice Path there. They do take down the Brewmaster, but he has buyback. Doesn't really want to use it right now. As actually, they're invading the base right now. They're taking down the entire Rax. The team fight has failed, and they've got about 30 seconds to do some damage before all the heroes get back up off their feet, dust themselves off, and look to engage.
They gotta turn this into another Rax to keep up with their timeline.
And Leviathan
should be able to do it.
Yeah, I think they were saving that glyph for the Ancient, thinking, oh god, they're gonna really push. I mean, they have the tools to do it, but Shredder coming in, split shot on, can make some illusions, but Quap can wipe them out just as quickly. He'll get slowed down, silenced as well, manages to split it off, but the second Orchid coming through, no mana left, and now Shredder, magic wanding up, hoping to survive, will actually make it away, but they lose 2 racks in the process, and it's not looking good. Doom comes through, manages to finish off Relic, ending Queen of Pain's mega kill streak. And Enigma is the only other casualty at the moment. I'm amazed that Medusa lived, though.
That was
very lucky. Ice Path?
Oh, Beastmaster not going to be as lucky, though.
But I'd still say it's worth it for Wheel. They got 2 racks off of it. Like,
it's a collective team wipe and then 2 racks. Because Medusa fell and then everyone else died.
Yeah. However, Leviathan can come back. If there's a hero who can come back, it's probably Spectre. But Medusa's a close number 2.
I agree, but I think this top Rax is going to be... Next 10-15 minutes, if they're not down, I think this is going to be over for Wheel. However, if they do get the Mega Creeps, a majority of Medusa's time is going to be devoted to dealing with those Megas.
Yep. The upside to the Megas is that all the farm will kind of funnel her way. The downside is it might kill her to farm them.
Yeah, they hit very hard, and they are very tanky. Even the range creep have over 1,000 health.
Yeah. And Sleazel, gonna be hexed up here. Did manage to take down Jakiro. Tell me, Sleazel, was it worth it? I'd say no. Goes down to the Lion and Nushim, who actually does have a Blink Dagger and 1,600 gold. So, not too bad.
He blew the 10-second BKB charge to try
to no.
Yeah, that's that's not good.
That's one of those awkward moments where it's like, I can totally CP out. Oh, wait, physical damage? Well...
he wasn't expecting them to hit him that hard.
Now keep in mind, guys, I see somebody saying 2 mega creeps in the lane. That's not true. There are 2 lanes of super creeps, which I still say should have a cape, but
yeah, at least a cape.
If not, like, briefs on the outside of their pants. Not that they're wearing pants. Well, I think the ranged one is, but... No, they're wearing pants. Yeah, the ranged one's wearing pants, the other one's wear a belt. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Creep fashion.
Actually, I'm going to look up something about the creeps, because now I wonder. I watched a little bit of the Cloud9 game that went 2.5 hours, and there was some interesting stuff going on.
Wait, which one was that?
I think it was... I know it was Cloud9, and they threw it very hard, too. I forget the team, but it went 2.5 hours, and it actually ended up... Cloud9 didn't have... mega creeps. Like, they didn't take all the racks down from the other team. However, all of their racks were down. But their creeps were actually doing more damage as time went on, whereas mega creeps are flat.
Wait, really?
Yes, because creep damage and creep health scales as time goes on.
But not with megas.
No, megas are flat. Like, once you get them, they're just that. So, I mean, obviously, the closer to the beginning you get them, the better it is. But I think that was pretty impressive. So they had to actually, like, fight their way to not take those racks. But I want to look at the farm, because you made an interesting point. All the farm will be funneling towards her, but I don't know how much she'll actually get. Okay.
The problem is, it's like, okay, all the creeps are in my base. This is carry heaven, right? I can just farm the creeps. Well, all the creeps reward less gold and do more damage and have more health. Wait, so you made it sound so good.
The super melee are 18 to 26 gold, and the super range are 18 to 26 as well. Megas are the same, 18 to 26.
Yeah.
So I
wait,
guess,
do megas scale? Or do super scale?
Super scale.
But megas don't. That's
yeah, it's plus 10 every minute.
Well, I guess that's a good thing though, because imagine if megas scaled and like you got one wave of mega creeps and it's like we barely survived that one, and then the next wave scales up and you're like, oh my god, we're dead.
They actually scale every 7 minutes and 30 seconds. They gain plus 10 health if it's a regular, or 19 if it's a super.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I actually had never heard of. But I mean,
it was an interesting mechanic that you don't really get to see in professional games. Maybe you played a pub game that just got a little too out of control.
I mean, my pub games I don't think have even gotten that out of control to the point where I noticed it, you know?
Well, I play a lot of techies, and there's one thing techies is good at.
Oh, yeah. For sure. And actually, Shibby, gonna BKB up here again with the black hole from Phantom Soyon. The Hex is down. Actually, Lion was caught in the black hole. It ends up falling to the Clinks, who's trying to do some serious damage here. Jakiro will fall to that soul burn, I believe. Yep. Double kill for Sleazel. And actually, Brewmaster is not dead. Okay. Brewmaster is alive and well, just like Chivalry. Nushim Dota is standing nearby. Actually, a level death onto Tolera. They'll take down the Beastmaster. Jenkins comes in. He manages to Doom Relic. No Sonic Wave this fight, at least. And Shredder now coming in with the split shot online. Derp going to get a stun off and be able to turn around, but not before basically falling here. Sleazel gonna do some serious damage to Jenkins. He'll manage to take him down, but can he get away? Phantom Soyon gets stunned up. Lion and Shibby trying to fight here. Medusa on the ropes now for a little bit. Venture Spirit actually managing to finish her off. And Shibby getting jumped on for sure. Sleazel doesn't have an MKB, but is still cutting like a sharp knife through the Brewmaster. They have to buyback right now, and they're going to do it on 2 heroes at least. I think Brew is saving his buyback just in case he goes down and has his ult still up.
Shakira had to Macropire to save some of the tier 4 health.
Oh no. Well, I mean, it's a low cooldown.
I know, it's kind of. It shows you how much of a build-up there was, that he had to like, no, I'm breathing fire on
Doom?
you.
Okay, Clinks has no mana, so they're not going to engage on each other, but Doom, I think, is just a little let's not throw.
Yeah.
Not that they have an advantage, but still. Oh, they also reward less experience. Thank you for the fun fact there, Shrousey. And while we've got a little break in the action here, big shout out to all you guys for coming out to the channel tonight. Appreciate it. Of course, you guys can find me at SBRevolution5 on Twitter. Archaea, is there a Twitter for you that you'd like to shameless plug real quick?
Actually, no. I'm pretty new to all this. I'm a Dota fan.
Oh, okay.
Who occasionally likes to have people hear me ramble on about other people.
Your casting is very good, I gotta say.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I've done a couple. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm here, I don't know how many of you are high school players, but we've got a bit of a downtime. There's actually a high school league, and that's where I kind of got the beginning. They had me cast their finals where they gave out a bunch of t-shirts, but in a few weeks they're actually going to be competing for at least $1,000 scholarship.
Oh. Relic gets doomed up. And that's going to be the end of him.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get a scholarship to the grave. But actually, wait, we might get a re-engage. I was trying to give you a segue in here, but it didn't work out so well.
Oh,
Except it did. We're good. We're good. But yeah, $1,000 scholarship, you said.
Yeah, that's what it was last year, I believe. But it will definitely go up. They got a bunch of new legs to sponsor, MSI. So there's some considerable people sponsoring it. And as we talk more, team fight time.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, just a move I've not actually seen, but Stone Gaze TP out is actually pretty legit.
Yeah, you can't. They couldn't even get close.
Beastmaster's like, wait, what do I'll turn around and run away. Wait a second. No, I need to roar. No, wait. Guys, where'd she go?
Disappeared.
The last thing I remember was Medusa was here.
Yeah.
And then she just wasn't. Has she got a blink dagger?
She's gone. They're gathering around these top racks like white on rice. They don't want these to fall. For the love of God, don't let the megas come out.
Yeah. It's basically their lifeline into this game again. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart there. Medusa appears to be going for, well, another core item for Medusa. Kind of, Ultimate Orb is the staple of Medusa, you know?
I have Scooty.
The question is, though, can she build a Scotty in time? And will it do enough? Scotty's kind of one of those, pun intended, icing on the cake items, you know? It's actually, Relic, oh dear. Gonna get doomed again.
Another fight. Oh, will it kill her?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
The deny comes out.
But still, I mean, Queen of Pain down 70 seconds, no buyback.
And that's a lot of pure damage they don't have.
Yeah. And a decent amount of lockdown they don't have. I mean, the Shiva's Guard does a lot to slow down. The silence is huge against Brewmaster, Lion, and pretty much the whole team.
Let's not count the Shiva's out either. That's a great teamfight item, especially when you've got Doom and Brewmaster are going to get in your face and start beating you.
But the dewarding crew coming through here with Necro units, Phantom Sauron, actually with his own Necro book now.
There we go.
You may be the Beastmaster, but he's the little purple dude master.
The little purple dude master, who has his ultimate, by the way, so we could see a pretty interesting fight. It clinks.
And there's no Doom as well. Clinks just dishes out so much damage.
Uphill, too.
Well, he's got MKB.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was really impressed there for a second. Like, holy crap, he's lucky. But no, he's rich.
He's just skilled. I mean, he does do something really interesting with this build. Usually you want to build the full Daedalus because it gives you so much damage. Well, if you build an MKB and just a Chrysalis, then you get crits that are decent. I mean, they're not something to, like, freak out about, but they do a lot. But actually, he gets locked down derp with the swap. That's coming in to save the buddy.
That could have been the end of that. But also, I think they might have picked it up because they're worried about the butterfly on Duza. I mean, that's something you should learn to expect probably after Scotty. So I don't know if they know exactly how far she's progressed in farm, but
I don't think it's that.
To pick up.
I think it's the evasion on the brew, which is something a lot of people forget about.
Oh my gosh, I did.
Yeah.
I forgot about the drunk.
I remember there was one game I'm just like, why am I not doing damage to him? The game is bugged. Oh my god. Volvo, please.
Fix it.
Reported ice
A
fraud.
great ability to use on Clinks then, especially in this scenario. Well, not anymore because MKB. Oh, fight.
Oh dear, and Doom going down. He didn't have his ult up, or he did actually. Got it off on Sleazel. So that's a pretty big source of that, and I believe it actually might mute the MKB and make it so he doesn't have True Strike. Won't matter against Medusa though, because she's dead anyway. Shibby comes in, BKBs, goes ahead and uses the split. Relic with the pure damage nuke coming out there, and there's your black. Oh dear. And that's GG.
Yeah, that's good game. There's not a lot you can do about that. Mega creeps.
Black hole on one. Well, it's secure racks, so
The last
yeah.
one alive. All he could find for a black hole.
And honestly, a very well thought out game by Wheel. Leviathan just had that one costly fight, costing them the 2 racks, and it fell apart. I feel like sometimes when Leviathan doesn't get their hands on something like the Pudge, they kind of just go with something that it's a good, well-rounded draft, but it's a little too well-rounded. You don't have that, like, we're going to strike now, we're going to push now and take you down. It's more like, well, we'll strike when we feel like it. I guess. Anyways, congrats to Wheel. That's going to be it for right now. I believe we... Let's see, it's Tuesday. We may have Scotty versus Meeperino coming up in just a moment. I am not too sure about that. I'll let you guys know. Of course, if you'd like to show us some support, I'm SB Revolution 5. I've been joined by Archaea, and I'll assume he'll get Twitter set up eventually, but you can find me at SB Revolution 5. Big surprise there. But yeah, it was a pleasure casting with you, man. Hope to do so again in the future.
Yeah, likewise. This is a great pickup opportunity.
Yeah. And I'll see if Rupture's cast in the next one in Spanish. If not, I'd be happy to have you. If you're going to bed, that's fine too. Whatever.
Football time, man. Sorry.
All right, I got you.
Thanks, though. This is great.
Yep. And we'll see you guys in just a moment. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we'll see you later.